Hi guys, welcome back. We're back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at a very simplified approach on how you can count your levels. I've received a lot of requests from people in the comment section, and a lot of you guys struggle with the counting of your levels. And for me, if I had to give you advice, the counting of your levels is not really an important factor that should, affect your trading, but it's always good to understand what level you are in the market. But for me, it becomes easier as you combine it with your institutional order flow and also understanding the structure of any market that you are trading. Alright, so before we start, if you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon to be the first to watch when we upload any new content. If you find this video useful, don't forget to hit that like button. Alright, so what we basically had here, this is a markup that I sent to my premium signal group, and what I wanted to see was, based on the structure, I wanted to see price get back to this order block, and this is where I was going to be looking for my shorts. Right, this is where I was actually going to be looking for my short entries. Now, if we can go back to that same area, the reason why I was actually looking at that area was, if you can go to your higher time frame, right, we can all see that price is actually moving. We don't really have much going on, right? We've got a range. This is where a lot of people might get confused when it comes to counting their levels. But remember, at the end of the day, what's important is your structure, right? What's important is your structure. So upon analyzing this, what I saw was, right, this market phase right here was actually in a down phase, and the area which was in control of price was this area, right? This was what was controlling price, right? So as this is the zone that I was focusing on, right, I identified this area right here, and this is the area that I wanted to see price get back to. As you can see, this is where I did the analysis around this area, right? Around this area, all I wanted was to see price get back to this area. And as you can see right now, price has given us a nice formation. Even we've got a nice pattern at that order block, a nice M formation. And if we go to our Btmm, this is what we have. We can see that we actually had price coming off or above, giving us a trap above the 200 EMA. And what we had was, we had a 1350 crossover confirming the lock of this peak, and this was actually the first move pull back to our 50 EMA. So that would mean this was a nice reset, right? It was a nice reset because, as you can see, we have got a nice 5200 crossover, right? A 5200 crossover, and this was the pull back to that 200 EMA. So what confluences did you have right here? You had price getting back to an order block, right? So I always want to understand price before I add any EMAs or anything like that, right? So as you can see, this is the reason why I took this trade. So when we come down to our intraday time frame, right, this is what we had. We had the first leg being given at that order block yesterday, right? A nice move, nice accumulation during Asian session. We're talking 8 pips, and then finally, as we go into the new session, London session, we had a nice trap move to the upside. Why was this very important, and why would I call this a high probable setup? We had the blue tracer inside. So as you can see, the stops were definitely hit right there as we have that blue tracer. But this was just an order block, right? This was just an order block. So what's important here is mastering the skill on how you can actually identify these order blocks accurately, because remember, it is not just every order block that will pay you, right, or every order block that will work out, right? It all comes down to being selective, right? It all comes down to being, sorry about that guys, it all comes down to being selective. So this is what we have right now, a very good pattern, right? A very good pattern. This is why timing will always be important, guys. Timing will always be important. So when it comes down to your levels, you don't really need to stress about your levels. If your important thing to take good trades is being able to identify your peaks, right? Being able to identify the right market structure, right? That is all that you need right there. So I will definitely be holding this trade for targets to the downside. I will definitely keep an eye on this one for targets to the downside. I'm actually keeping an eye on the daily time frame. I would love to see price move down to these areas, right? This is a nice area where I would want to see price get to. But remember, anything can happen in the market, right? But this is the areas that I'll definitely keep an eye on. So right now we're in the money, very good amounts of pips right there, but we definitely want to see this go to the downside. And if you haven't joined our free Telegram group, find the link in the description below. I also sent a signal on the same pair that we're looking on right now. This is my entry right there. So we are still holding, and we'll definitely be giving more updates in our VIP signal group, right? So guys, I hope you learned something from this. Very straightforward, straight to the point. If you do some big testing and have a very good understanding on your institutional order flow, trading Btmm will become very easy for you, right? It will become very easy as long as if you master the art of being selective, as long as if you master the art of being selective. All right, guys, so the last pair I'm going to look at right now is gold, right? I'm going to look at gold, and I also had a markup on this one, and I'm going to explain why I had that. I had identified a nice clear, because the market structure was to the upside on this when I analyzed this, right? I had identified a very clean order block right there, and all I wanted to see was price getting back to this area and a nice push up. And as you can see, that is exactly what happened. Price got back to my order block, and it's moving up right now. If you were able to catch this, you'll be up, a very good 181 pips, right? So this was also another good trade. When it comes to confluence, this was just a bounce off this 13 EMA, right? But in the H1, that would be a bounce off the 50 EMA. So this was a nice bounce off that 50 EMA, and as you can see, price has moved away from that area. If you are watching this, it means in our 15 minutes this would be a nice bounce off the 200 EMA, right? And as you can see, price is now heading to these areas right here. If it was me, I'd be looking to take my profits around that area, right? So that was also another interesting trade that I had. All right, so guys, hope you guys learned something from this video. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell icon to be the first to watch when we upload any new content. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and if you're looking for free signals and setups and more educational content, do join our free Telegram channel. Find the link in the description below.